I'm going to now go over the Microstation user interface. Microstation user interface allows the users to select the tools using various menu items, as well as by actually allowing users to pick from the multiple toolboxes that are available. To start off, as with any other menu-driven application that you have in Windows environment, you have the standard file menu, edit menu. Along with it, there are also other menu items that are unique to Microstation, which is the element menu, settings menu, and the tools menu. Tools menu let you control what toolboxes can be displayed or allowed to be displayed in Microstation. You also have the utilities menu and the workspace menu that lets you control properties of various things that you have access to in Microstation. The number of windows, the view windows are displayed, how they're displayed is controlled by using the window menu. You can access help in Microstation using the help menu. Caltrans websites menu item also lets you add some of the Caltrans websites that I've shown you previously. You can also have access to Adobe Connect rooms when you call Microstation hotline for help. The CT menu offers the collection of tools that are available to Caltrans users. There are certain customized tools that we have created in our office. Those can be accessed by using the CT menu. The second row gives you access to CT standard toolbar, which is the first one that you can see. It actually lets you close the file, the active DGN file that you have open. You can click on the close button, then it closes the file. I'm going to go open the file back one more time. There are two more tools that are actually not displayed right now. I'm going to enable them by hovering over the toolbox, then right-clicking on it, and then by clicking on the Show All button in there. This is the Caltrans CT standard tools. The standard tools that you normally see with any other Windows application is a standard toolbar. So new file, open a folder, save file, print, cut, copy, paste, undo, redo. That's also available. This is a standard toolbar. I'm going to let it sit where I dragged it out from. And the next toolbar is a CT line style toolbar, which lets you set the element attributes that are here, the color, level, style, using a macro that was developed here in headquarters by one of my coworkers. This is a useful application when you're creating elements in Microstation, and it is used by multiple functional units to create elements in Microstation. A lot of the details of how to use this tool and how to set it up to work in the Microstation user environment are provided in the intro class to Microstation and the intermediate class to Microstation environment. So I'm going to click on the cancel button to get out of the CT line style tool. The most important thing that you want to keep in mind is when you have a tool active or a command active in Microstation, that tool or that command is selected with an orange box like you see right now. I have clicked on the CT lines command, so that is the active command right now. The next toolbox that I'm going to talk about is the primary tools toolbar. It gives you access to the level manager and the level display, picking up cells, element information, turn on AccuDraw, the models that are available in your drawing or references that are attached to your active file. Raster Manager gives you the option to attach images to your active drawing and manipulate them. If you have set up your views in your active drawing, those are available from using the saved views command. The key-in browser, which is the next one that I'm going to be talking about, is also accessible from the primary tools. And you can have the pop set enable, which actually lets you display or show the dialog box and hide it automatically as you leave the command. And I'm going to grab onto the next one, which is the key-in browser, which lets you call a command from within Microstation, call a macro or an MDL, or run a standard command by using this key-in browser, which is similar to the AutoCAD command window. Next toolbar that I'm going to be talking about is the attribute tools. This lets you control the element attributes as well as select a element template that you're going to apply to an element that you create in Microstation. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is the toolbar. This is the main classic toolbar. This toolbar is something that most of the Caltrans users have used for a long time since they've started using Microstation. This is an optional toolbar. You can choose to have it displayed the way it is right now as a standard, or you can just use the task menu, which is available right now as a standard for majority of the new versions of Microstation. What I would recommend normally in this case is to not using the main classic toolbar, and then switch over to using the task menu. It gives access to all the tools that are available, and the main classic toolbar. Also, it has the ability to auto hide itself, or you can pin it. If you're working with Microstation, it gives you more work area to work with. The bottom of my view window are the view attribute controls and the view toggles. These are important when working with elements in Microstation. You can choose pan in your view, you can update your view, you can zoom in, zoom out using these commands at the bottom of your view window. You can scroll to the right or the left by moving the scroll bar here. You can rotate your view, you can fit your view, and then you can also choose to display certain objects with their line weights on, with their line styles on, with them filled or not filled. Then you can choose to display certain items or not display certain items using the view attributes control in here. You can switch to apply certain styles to the objects or the elements that are displayed in Microstation by using the display styles. You can also adjust the lighting by using the brightness controls in here. Next option is to control your model, switch between models, switch between files, or all the models that you visited recently. Those are accessible from the View Groups dialog box. View Groups dialog box also gives you access to the control or display of the views. You can choose to display all of them at one time, or just display one or two views as you're working in your file. The next toolbar that I'm going to be talking about is the AccuDraw toolbar. This is a very useful tool in Microstation when you're working with elements or manipulation of elements or drawing elements. You can turn it out by choosing to click on this button, which is the AccuDraw toggle. This is displayed to the right hand side of my View Groups dialog box. In the bottom is the status bar. It actually gives you status of the command that you're working with, or the active level there, the AccuSnap that is being used, the coordinates of the cursor, and status of a command in general. That is displayed in the status bar. You want to pay close attention to what is being displayed in the status bar to proceed with a command in Microstation. This is the first thing that I would actually recommend doing when you're starting to run a command in Microstation. You always want to take a look at what the status bar states at the bottom left hand corner of your Microstation window. On the right hand side is the iPlot toolbox, which lets you print a file. This is an MDL application that is being called. And then the next one, or next toolbox, is the snap bar, which lets you control what kind of snap is enabled. You can also toggle AccuSnap on or off using this toolbar in here. This concludes the demonstration.